Rocking. Yeah. Watching a little entertainment, baby. DJ the Money Coach in the house with Fluid Technique. My number 2 son, who's amazing. Dad and son, we're enjoying that palm lifestyle. That's plenty of money and what? Come join us on the beaches of the World Club. Tonight's beach is the Rockets versus the Jazz, baby. Woo-hoo!
All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Nick's Knowledge and Notions in Cube Science Series, brought to you by the 7 Spheres of Money. Thank you for joining us and joining the program. And before we get started with the show, like the video, share it, and subscribe. Help us to get to 1,000 subscribers, where it is close to hitting 700. I think we're at 696. So we're almost to 700, and then we'll be even closer to 1,000. So help us get there so we can spread the message, the gospel of the pom lifestyle, plenty of money, peace of mind, and this real talk that we bring to you consistently every week. So let's go ahead and get into it. DJ, what is going on?
Hey, man. We just out here living the dream in real time, baby, real time. And what we need to do is put up, the stuff that you've been doing with us, which has been a lot of stuff as well, man. Trips to ATL, trips to Chicago, trips to Michigan. Man, we've been rocking out, and it's real, baby. It's real. So, what you just saw is just, hey, a dad getting down with his son, literally, last night. And that's our regular life, unapologetically. And here's the great thing about it. Every person that's watching this, you can have that same life, because there's nothing but ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And you put those two together, you get extraordinary. And I'm going to keep harping on it till they throw dirt on my body. It's just 4 dirty little words that you got to apply in your life on a daily basis. Number 1, you need to have discipline in your life. Number 2, you need to have accountability. That means you need to have somebody at a higher plane than you are to hold you accountable unapologetically, where you don't get your feelings, caught up in a bunch like this, social world we live in right now, so that you can be accountable. I mean, there's a statement. There's 10 commandments, and the 11th commandment is, "Thou shalt not jive thyself." Thou shalt not jive thyself. Or as Michael Jackson say, "I'm looking at the man in the mirror." Okay, right. So when you point a finger, there's 4 pointing back at you. So what you ought to be doing is on a constant daily basis of evolution to evolve to be the best person you could be on this planet as a human being. Okay. So the third one is you got to plug into a system. You either create the system, which takes a long time. I'm going to tell you, the 7 Spheres of Money system did not just come overnight to me. It actually took me about 7 to 8 years to realize that I was operating in these 7 spheres, and I wasn't maximizing what they were meant to do for me, but they were also impacting my life every day. 98% of the stuff that we do involves around money. And people out here in this world today think that capitalism is a bad thing. Capitalism is the greatest thing that you can ever discover on this planet other than God. And if you don't think that's the truth, hey, go outside, look at your gas tank. I mean, again, gas is now $3.09.
Crazy.
Now, just the other day we were on, I told you it was $2.89, $3.09. And in some areas, I saw it at $3.39. Yep, that's 140% increase in my community in 9 months. Ask yourself this question. Has your income even gone up 10%? And then ask yourself a question. If you own a business, has your revenues gone up 30%, and is your net profits 30%? Probably not, because you know what? A great business, net revenues are like 10 to 12% a year, Nick.
Right, man. Yep,
Margins are
right.
slim, baby. So all these people out here are delusional, man. They have delusional visions of grandeur because, again, they're on these platforms and they're buying into all this hype, which ain't real. It ain't real. So now you got a system. You either create your own, which typically, I'm going to be honest with you, a real solid system, a business system, takes about 3 to 5 years to develop if you have never done it before. Or you can just put yourself into one. Vet the hell out of the systems of where you're trying to go and put it together. Right now, it should be 100 grand with y'all. We are going over and redoing our system. Here's the great thing. The ABCs of wealth, the 7 C's of money, that's a business system for corporate America. It's not a business to consumer system. I'm going to say that again. It's a B2B system for corporate America. That's how I developed it. And from the B2B relationship, it put us in front of one-on-one trainings with individuals. So prior to this social evolution on the internet, we were killing everything in corporate America. And we didn't need to be on this platform. I don't need to be on this platform. I'm on this platform for a totally different reason. I'm on this platform, Nick, to actually help individuals like you. And here's the hardest part. When people see us, they're thinking that what we're talking about either is unattainable or it's not what it appears to be. But the reality, it is. See, the best things in life are simple. The best thing that you have in your life right now that sustains you is free. You know what that's called? H2O, oxygen. And you know what? The government is going to figure out a way how to charge you for breathing. It's a multi-billion-dollar business for bottled water. And do you know that studies show that the average tap water is better than 90% of these bottled waters that you get? So you create that system. So we're redefining the system with the help of amazing young lady. Let me give a shout out to her. If you get a chance to work with her, man, I advise you to work with her immediately. And her name is Kadera. And she runs a program, a company called Omnipotent. Oh, man, I'm getting it wrong. You're going to kill me. Tell me the name of her company. It's Omnipotent.
Yeah. Yeah, omnipotent. Yeah.
Omnipotent. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Kadera. And happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Omnipotent. And you know what? She is amazing. She is amazing. She is a systems automation expert, and she knows her stuff. And if you see her postings on IG and you have any desire to succeed on this platform and do it right with somebody who knows what they're doing, you need to get down with her immediately, get her course, get how to, choose a VA, get that course, how to get systems and automation, get that too, and hire her as a consultant yesterday. Okay? I mean that. Real talk. Real talk. So now that you've gotten discipline in your life, now that you got somebody at a higher lane, higher plane to be accountable to, that, yep. And if you're going to be accountable to that person, they're going to ruffle your feathers a lot, especially if you're sensitive. But if you about them analytics and you about being non-emotional, about being successful in business for your family, you're going to need to get your butt kicked a lot. And then you get that system and plug into it. And then the rest is easy. You know what now? It's just putting the work in, because you know from the numbers, you're going to win. But if you try to shortcut one of those four, you will have short-term success, what is called ignorance on fire. Anybody that gets excited about something will manifest temporary. Can't even get the word out of my mouth. What is the word? Temporary. I'm sorry. Temporary success. What is that? That's just you just got out and started doing something. That's like you went to a track meet and you worked out real good. Your endorphins are pumping and you just fly out of the gate. But then you burn out because you're not conditioned. But people get excited. See, when you go to a race, they have a pace setter. Did you know that, Nick? You ran track. A lot of people don't know that. They purposely have pace setters in track meets. Am I lying, Nick? I think you're on mute.
Nope, you're not lying. No, I know I was on mute. I was working on some stuff in the background, but nope, you're not lying. Nope, yet they send somebody out there deliberately out in front, so you're gonna have a bunch of people that's gonna go out like rabbits, and then you're gonna have some that's gonna know the pace that they're supposed to go out. They're not gonna chase the rabbit, So a bunch of people, they're gonna go out there and chase the rabbit, but the smart ones, they're not gonna chase the rabbit. They're gonna get out and settle down. They're not gonna get out too excited because you still got 3 miles to go. So you don't want to burn out in the first half mile.
And that's what happens in business is that you get out fast, get a little bit of temporary success, which really ain't success. And then you start getting lazy because you don't have what? Actual habits. You have habits, but they're bad habits. So now you take that discipline, that accountability, now plugged into a system that works, that is scientifically proven. And then you put in the amount of work that's required. And here's what you don't do. You don't look and say, hey, man, did I work 100 hours this week? Nope. You don't look at that. You look at, am I mastering the system to yield the results that if I put 100 chances into the system, it will give me the same results over and over and over again. And the way to look at this is look at the Olympics. Do you know that Olympians take 4 years to knock off 1/1000th of a percent to become best of class? So what does that have to do with tonight? Well, what that has to do with tonight is very important, is that we're going to give you 5, I hate to even call them 5 secrets because they're not secrets to me and they're not secrets to people who are financially independent, but they're secrets to you, the general public who's watching this, because you have either not known what you don't know, or number 2, you want the fast food success of life. You want to get the Burger King, the McDonald's, the Wendy's, even the Chick-fil-A, which tastes good, but it's still fast food. You don't want to go home and build that burger and take, 20 minutes to build a real healthy burger. You want that microwavable burger where it tastes good for that quick bite, but then it sits for 5 minutes and it tastes like trash. The world famous best French fries on the planet are who? McDonald's. You go get the McDonald's. Man, I used to love McDonald's French fries. I used to pull up to the drive-thru. Hey, man, drop my batch in right now. Don't give me none that's underneath the heated lights. Let me see you drop that bag. Give me them fresh fries in 2 minutes, baby. Best fries you ever taste. Yep. But if you go to the crib and try to make those fries, which you can, it ain't going to be 2 minutes.
Right.
It's going to be more like 25, 30 minutes. Cut them up, season them, prep them right, put them in that oil, get it set. Again, system. They drop it, and it's a system that they have ironed out that produces the same results, same taste. That's why franchises are successful. Yep. It ain't because their food is great. It's because their system, everywhere you go. If I'm in Texas or if I'm in Tupelo, Mississippi, and I walk into a Chick-fil-A or McDonald's, I go there because I know I'm going to get the same results. It ain't extraordinarily tasty good, but it's something that I can recognize and I can appreciate and I can trust it to be true now.
Yeah.
So now with Chick-fil-A has become the #1 franchise in America because you know what? They have done what McDonald's used to do 20 years ago. Clean, happy, encouraging, and make you feel like they know you personally every time you come in there, like Cheers. Everybody knows your name. And in fact that they do that so well, Nick, check it out. They don't even open on Sundays.
They can afford not to be open one day. That's how well they do it.
Because they stick into their religious principles that they don't even open up on Sundays. And think about if they already making billions, what would they make if they just open up that Sunday? They don't need to. And you know why? Because their system is so great right now on those intangibles of personal service, cleanliness. You can be on the road with your children or your wife, and they got to use the restroom. First thing you think about is hygiene, especially now in the pandemic, right? I ain't never been in a Chick-fil-A that restrooms weren't sparkling clean. I ain't never gone into a Chick-fil-A where as soon as you walk up to the door, dude, they like, let me get the door for you. How you doing? And you feel so enamored and so loved and intangible that you overpay for the chicken $10, bro, for damn chicken #1. Real talk.
Yep.
You know how I know? Because guess what? 2 of my children love the hell out of Chick-fil-A. $10, Nick, for a freaking chicken sandwich.
I know.
And fries and a drink, dog.
Yeah, I know. I've seen it.
For something that literally 4 years ago was $5.50. I don't even take my kids to Chick-fil-A unless they do something exceptional now. Because I said, I don't care how great it tastes to you, it's still fast food. And I can't justify dropping $60 on some freaking chicken that 5 minutes later it's going to taste like trash. But because their system of treating Nick like a king, Nick will pay 3x for the feeling more than the taste.
Yep, they will. They will.
Real talk. So now let's get to the topic at hand. Today's topic, the top 5 secrets to build the pom-pom lifestyle in the winter. These are not secrets. These are actually habits of system that if I translated them onto social media properly, you would exponentially grow faster because of the technology. That's all. What I'm talking about is something I've been doing for 20 years. 20 years. 10 years with our members. And here's the reality. These secrets have been available in the universe since the beginning of time. So I just discovered them, just like Albert Einstein discovered, didn't create the rule of 72, didn't create gravity or E = mc squared. He just discovered it, just like Newton. He discovered Newton was gravity. I'm sorry. They discovered. God already created all this stuff. We just discovered it. Okay?
So it's hidden in plain sight, pretty much.
Exactly. Again, #1 asset you have on this planet is free air. So, yes, we're tabling top 5 secrets because that makes you feel, oh man, wow, you're going to give me something that nobody else knows and it's going to revolutionize my life. But again, I'll give you those, but if you don't apply these right here, baby, these immutable traits that they talk about, you know, in the book, what is it called? What is that book called? How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Oh, yeah.
And that other book that talks about wealth that everybody gets. What's that book that they got a black version of it by Dennis Kimbrough?
Oh, Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich. So in Think and Grow Rich, he talks about immutable principles of success. That means they are universal God principles. You just got to discover them. So even if I share with you these techniques, if you don't apply these immutable, 4 dirty little words, discipline, accountability, plug into a proven system like Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Subway, New England Patriots, Dodgers, Warriors, Houston Astros. And then you don't apply this one right here that separates everybody, work, because that's how God engineered us. If you don't get to work, you starve. So I just want to make sure that's clear. Because again, on these platforms, hey man, get my course and you will change your life in 30 seconds. And I guarantee it. And I hear you. Hey DJ, what makes you different from them? That's the best question you should ask. And I thought you never asked. Let me tell you what makes me different from them. Professionals, where do you find the professionals at, Nick? On LinkedIn.
Yep.
It's almost impossible. It's possible, but almost impossible to fake yourself on LinkedIn. Why is that? Because Fortune 1000 companies find talent on LinkedIn. Yes?
It's true. Yep.
Real talk. They vet people. They pull up your bio, and what do? They call references.
Yep.
But do we do that on these platforms? No, because most of the time you are in a desperate situation. And what we talk about, we don't do business to business with people who are under compulsion. That means you are under financial burden that you will be a good person and make a bad decision. Because good people make bad decisions. So what makes me different? Great question. All right, check this out. Go check out this little organization right here. Texas High School Sports Coaching Association. This is the largest high school sports coaching association in America. You see that? In America. Let me show you the people who actually are speakers. You ever seen this guy right here? Know who Dr. Tony Evans is? Speaker. Look at that. I'm on the same freaking page as Dr. Tony Evans. But no, that's. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, Nick, look at this. Matt Rule was a speaker at the same conference that I was a speaker at. And what does Matt Rule run now? The North Carolina Panthers. Oh, what? You kidding me? Wait, what? Nick Saban. What? Get out of here. Nick, what? Spencer Tillman. You ever watch any sports? Spencer Tillman.
Got all the heavy hitters in there.
Spencer Tillman. If you don't know who he is, just turn on a Saturday and watch college football on CBS, and you'll hear Spencer Tillman. So check this out, Nick. Let me see. Let me see. Speaker meetings paid for, scheduled events. 85th Annual Coach School at George Brown Convention Center. And here we go. Professional Development Services. 7 Spheres of Money. DJ the Money Coach. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. And you ask me, what's different between me and these cats out here?
Hey, it's right. It's right there. It's even printed in color for you. I can't even say black and white. It's in color for you right there.
And guess what? Every person I just showed you was paid a grip for being, and this is the apex of their career to get on this platform. This is the Emmys, the Oscars, the Super Bowl, to be invited to be a paid speaker at these summits. Guess what? I've been there 3 times as a paid trainer. I'm going to say it again. As a paid trainer, speaking and training athletic directors and top high school coaches about the 7 spheres of money. You think they might have ran a background check on me, Nick?
Oh, I think so. I don't think they're just gonna let anybody, come up on that stage right there and be a trainer at that. Yeah, nah.
Not once.
Yeah. Oh, 3 times.
Not twice.
3 times.
And the only reason why I didn't do the last 2 years, because I got so busy doing my other stuff. I was making so much money in corporate America that I just forgot in the pandemic that they were still doing it and had an invitation. At 5 minimum, 5K minimum, 5K for 45 minutes.
Woo.
Minimum. That's just one. So maybe I should have had broadcast that on social media. And then maybe I should just come out with a course on how to get a speaker, lecturer, paid expert gig with the Texas High School Sports Coaching Association.
Maybe.
You know what? I think I'm going to do that. And then I'll sit back and sell 10, 15,000 of them. How to? And I hear you right now. I can hear you. And after I answer this question, we're going to go to break because I hear you right now. I hear what you're saying. You saying right now, yep, DJ, you just going to sell us a course. You know what? Or you saying this, oh, DJ, you hating on the people out there selling all these courses. What am I hating? I got a great life. I'm just giving you observation, perspective.
Yep.
Before I came on these platforms, I already did it. Is your guru? Is your expert? Have they already done it? And then sold you the course? Or did they come out ignorance on fire, get out of their hole, barely, and immediately because they were smart and they understood the microwavable short, tension span we have and the priority we put on entertainment, and said, oh, let me make a little cookie cutter book. Let me go on Teachable, into me, take the 1, 2, 3 steps, just plug in my little information generically and feed it to you. And when they did that, 90% of their income came from them selling you the stuff that they barely know. And now when they're making the money, the transparency doesn't come in where they just say, you know what, Nick? I did get myself out of the hole, but I'm actually wealthy because you bought 10,000 of my courses at $99, $199, $49, $1,999, or $4,999, and you made me wealthy. And ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But when you stack them all up, baby, and we go toe to toe, and we talk about the real shit to get down the rabbit hole, 90% of the shit they don't know. You know how I know? Because when I go to these events, guess who they come talk to? Hey, man, can you tell me how this works? Hey, man, can you tell me how I can get in the premium liquor business? Hey, man, can you tell me how mortgage banking works? Hey, man, can you tell me how derivatives work? Hey, man, what's a series Reg D, Reg C, Reg F? And I'm able to just run that shit off the top of my head.
Like
Nick, have you seen me do that?
I see you do it all the time. All the time.
So what I want y'all to understand, and we're going to get into this topic, and if there's some fire for you, put some, likes. Better yet, I don't even like asking you to subscribe to our website because that ain't what we about. But the reality is that's the system for us to actually get the truth so that you can impact your life and get to the next level. And here's the reality. I was just on Ericka Williams' show. Ericka is the real deal. Anything Ericka's talking to you about, she works her ass off. She studies systems. She invests a lot in her personal education, going up to that accountability plane, getting with the 7-figure, 8-figure people, getting the knowledge and the tutelage and bringing it to you. So if you're on her platform and you ain't investing with Ericka, shame on you. Because Ericka is on that 1% that she's done it in the real world. Okay? So at the end of the day, I'm not hating. I don't hate the players. I don't hate the game. I ain't trying to beat them. Guess what we're trying to do? We're trying to join them so we can actually help you actually get consumer debt free. Get your credit score to 800. You don't even have to be at 800. But if you are like we were, I can't say Nick. Nick had a decent credit score when he met me. But if you were like me, had a 525, $60,000 in debt when it was an analog world, not a digital world, and you didn't have anybody to help you, we want to help you get there and stay there and finish the race. Don't be the pace dog, the pace rabbit, the pace runner. Does that make sense? So we're going to systematically put that stuff together, and then we're going to roll back and show you real principles and give you real access to actually proven professionals that you can go on LinkedIn, FINRA.org, the BBB, and actually see that they actually have done real business with real corporations, with real sophisticated investors, real accredited investors, real family wealth offices. And then I'll ask you, you determine if this can help you, and you determine what the value of it is. So when we come back from this break, we're going to jump in and we're going to light this thing a fire, baby. So we'll be right back at these words from our sponsors. Everybody, this is DJ the Money Coach. You just saw me give you 5 secrets to accumulating wealth in the wintertime. Secret number 1, only acquire real estate in the off season. I only acquire real estate from October to January for the past 20 years, and that has helped me create a strong 6-figure income and a 7-figure net worth. And I can teach you how to do the same thing. I'm going to help you and guarantee you how to acquire a property in the next 30 days exclusively for the first 10 people only here on the Classy Climb. I'm going to get you a $15,000 property with a 12% rate of return in the next 30 days if you're wise enough to invest in yourself. Because if you want to achieve the pom-pom lifestyle, which is plenty of money and peace of mind, then you have to learn the secrets of the wealthy. And the first rule is make your money on the acquisition, not on the sale. I'm DJ the Money Coach. Come join us on the Beaches of the World Club for the first 10 people only, exclusively. I'll see you in the webinar.
Hi, my name is Chandra and I'm an analyst. One thing I'm excited about is investing in real estate. I would highly recommend DJ the Money Coach's program because it gives you a 14-page comprehensive financial education plan. And not only does this plan cover your debt analysis, they give you insight into your debt freedom, what you need to do to get debt free, as well as what you need to do in order to retire and how much you will have when you retire. He's explained so much to me on this journey. I am so grateful to be a part of this program, and I would definitely do it again. I'm so grateful for everything that I've learned. I've learned my current situation, where I'm at, how quick I can get debt free, and what I can do after that. So investing in real estate. If you have any questions, let me know. He's awesome. Have a good day.
All right. Welcome back to Nick's Knowledge and Notions and Cube Science Series. Like, share, subscribe. You know, we already brought some heat to you, you know, in this first half, but we're gonna take it up a notch and get into these 5 secrets. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
All right. Well, secret number 1. And this is the one for what 98% of you people are pursuing in terms of accumulating assets. Buy your properties in the winter. I'm going to tell you this is that first, I'm going to be honest, I didn't realize I was actually applying this principle. Remember? But I was doing it by default. I was actually buying properties in the off season because I had to move a couple of times and it happened to be in the off season. And I end up also using some superior skills and experience, but part of that magic and that fortuitous, serendipity was the season that allowed the people that were selling to me, Nick, to give me a better price point. Why is that? Because from October to January, that's the off season in real estate. I don't care if you're in Arizona or Texas. The season is what the season. The number one selling season for real estate is the beginning of spring to the end of summer, because that's when people are getting ready to get out of school, take vacations, and enjoy that sunshine. So now prices automatically go up. So if you focus and use this as a principle, just like shopping, I don't buy winter clothes in the winter, baby. I buy them in the spring when now they're all on sale. So I have been doing this for 20 years, Nick. I didn't realize it was a principle. I'm just going to keep it real. It's about 10 years ago. I just evaluated and looked at all the purchases that I made, and I was like, wow, I'm getting my closing costs. I'm getting 10 to 15% off. And I'm getting deals that other people ain't getting, even in my peers sometimes was like, dude, how you keep getting deals like that? And then I just went back and looked at the data. And I found out 10 years ago that this is a secret, but it's really not a secret. So what you should do is make it a purpose to buy your investment properties in the winter season, October to January. And number one, off season. 2 important things coming out. Number 2, you're generally going to be dealing with less competition. Number 3, if you're dealing with a novice, they're not going to be as savvy to sell, and they're going to be motivated for the wrong reason to sell you their property. Because if they're selling right now in that season and they have to, they violated 2 principles of getting more money. Even with a overinflated market right now, Nick, people are saying there's no sales and discounts out there. Well, you know what? I beg to differ, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Just like you just saw in that previous spot, we have just, because we practiced this for 10 years deliberately, have discovered and put our hands on about 30 properties that you can get if you're wise enough to invest in yourself, not in us, not in our get rich quick overnight course that we just created 3 days ago. We can show you how to get a property right now under our system. What's that word I always use, Nick? STEAM.
Yeah.
Science, technology, entrepreneurship. Guess what? I've been a certified entrepreneur for 20 years. When entrepreneurship wasn't sexy, it was basically a euphemism of you're lazy, can't keep a job. But now everybody's an entrepreneur. And because of our access of being and doing things right, 10 consecutive years, our members now can get themselves an opportunity to take advantage of a principle that we're telling you it's a secret, but it's not, how to acquire a property right now in the winter, October to January. And then you have motivated sellers who are even not in trouble financially, but they have an exit strategy in one of their flipping models, or they're coming up on their cash out model that they need to get out of a property, or they're doing a 1031 exchange or a 72T. And they need incentives to get their forced appreciation of 100, 200% out of the property that they had already been putting together in the spring, so that they can get it off their books before 12/31/21. So now they come across somebody like me and my team, and we got capital, credit, superior, because I am an 800 credit score person, lines of credit, and we can actually come on paper, ladies and gentlemen, and still give them the profit they need on paper, and we can put less in the deal and get more out of it just like that. And I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count, that I can guarantee this, because I've done it multiple times. So secret number 1, acquire your real estate investment property and even your home in the winter time, October to January. It's going to give you 4 advantages. Number 1, less competition. Number 2, you'll most likely run into a seller that is not a savvy seller. Number 3, you'll have motivated professional sellers. And number 4, you will be able to get the best price because it's in the off season. So the price value will go down, because think about this. If your goal is to put tenants in it, most people who rent to other people, they have children. Their children are already in what, Nick? School. So when is the best time for them to move? It's in the end of the spring, so they can get their stuff together so they can get into the school system.
Yep.
And that's for every class, ladies and gentlemen. That's not for the affluent. That's not for the middle class. That's not for the poor or the indigent. That's for every class. That's how important education is. Because you can get into a school district late and can't get into the school. Am I lying about that, Nick?
Nope, that's facts. Yeah, I mean, especially if you're trying to get into a good school, yeah, it could be hard. Yep.
Lottery starts, if I'm not mistaken, for the good schools in the beginning of the spring.
Yeah. Some of them even starting earlier than that.
Right, like late December, January.
Yeah.
And you got to have your residency proven. People used to be able to scam the system, have their mother's address or their uncle's address and get in that. Been done it ourselves back in the past when I was in school, but it's harder and harder. So guess what? If you're moving in the wintertime, you're in the lesser position. It's called leverage for us. So that's rule number 1, top secret. Acquire your real estate October to January. And typically, now I can't guarantee this when you do it yourself or your other system, but I can tell you in our system, typically we save 20 to 30% on the entire acquisition. Closing costs, realtor costs, broker fees, all of that stuff. And guess who that gets passed on to in the positive, and whose ledger and their, balance sheet statement? Ours. So right now, Nick, we have the ability to put you, who's listening and watching this either live right now or on the replay, into an opportunity to acquire a property guaranteed for $15,000 with a tenant in it, with a passive net operating income. That means after you receive your gross rent payment, paid your insurance, paid your property management fee, $150 in the next 30 days. So that's secret number 1. All right. Here's secret number 2. You're not a real estate investor. You're not thinking about being in business. You're just a regular, Jack and Jane. Right now, it's called open enrollment. Some open enrollments have ended, but open enrollment month is typically October, November, December in corporate America. How do I know, Nick? This is what I do for a living in the real world.
Yeah.
Melvin and I, for the last 18 years, have been going to corporations, schools, non-for-profits, and teaching their employees like Alabama, Montgomery Regional Airport. Look it up. I did all of their financial education for all of their employees in October of 2019. Real facts. What do you think it took for me to get that assignment that paid us over $15,000 for literally 6 hours of my time? Do I have the receipts to prove that, Nick?
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you have a thing that's called open enrollment. This is important for you because if you have benefits that you're not utilizing, you only get once a year to adjust your benefits. If your health insurance is higher and you don't use some of the stuff, if your dental plan is not the right one you need, or if your 401k is not aligned the proper way, right now, open enrollment gives you the ability to look at your 401k, look at your health insurance, your dental, your vision, and you can make adjustments to that right now during open enrollment. And you can talk to a professional like me. I'm actually hired by the HR departments to come in and help their employees go through all of that minutia. Have this ever happened to you, Nick? You come into the school on a Thursday, they give you this package and say, Nick, I got to have it by Monday. And know what Nick does? Nick don't want to show that he don't really know what the hell's in the package. Nick just signs it and pass it back. Have you ever done that, Nick? I've done it multiple times when I was in corporate America. Let's be real. Don't lie to yourselves because you're lying. Yes, a few of you because you learn through experience. But when you first start in a job and you haven't been taught what a 401k is, you haven't been taught what a health savings account is, you're first thinking, I'm not putting my money in that. I need every dime I need.
As a matter of fact, I'll tell you a story about that too, because now that I think about it, you're right about that. So now I did put my money into it. So this was my my first teaching job. They had the advisor there from a company. This is the external one. This isn't the state-sponsored retirement plan. This is the 403B. The advisor was there. He just said, look, go ahead. You can sign up for this. This is another retirement account that you can open up. So I just signed up for it and put, whatever my contribution was going to be every 2 weeks. And then I was just putting money into it, automatically, not checking up on it. And then I met you, I had my initial consultation with you, a few years later. And then had my first meeting with Melvin, and to prepare for my meeting with Melvin, I had to get all my retirement information together. So I got all my retirement information together and showed it to him, showed him my reports from this 403B. Melvin looks at it and he's like, what, how old are you again? 27, 28? And this is way too conservative for somebody your age. I'm like, what? I didn't even know that.
So stop right there.
Yeah.
You were doing the right thing, but you had it in the wrong model.
Yeah, exactly.
And why? How did we figure that out? Because we did a little thing called a risk tolerance assessment on you.
Yep.
So you were investing, which was the right thing, but you were investing in the wrong class.
Right.
You were doing conservative versus growth.
Right.
And that was losing you somewhere between 5 to 7% annually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But go ahead and finish. Because see, again.
No, that was it. Yeah.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, what Nick just said, that happens to everybody. Savvy people. We worked at a contract called Lightning Logistics. It's a trucking organization. Very successful. We're a partner on their website. Very successful. Again, we go in just like Nick talks about. look at their retirement benefit plan, because we got no dog in the fight. We don't get paid based on how many assets that you deposit in that retirement plan. And that rep who signed you up, I bet you ain't never seen him or her again.
Nope, only when it was time for him to sign up some more people.
And here's how that works. Just like Black Friday, they make 90% of their revenues doing open enrollment. Yeah. So if they can get chosen to come in and talk to you, because you have to talk to them, because it's a compliance. It's required for the HR department to go through it. It's required for the fiduciary, and it's required for the employee to go through this process. How do I know? Because I teach this shit.
Yeah. Oh, on the side note about that too, they get a nice commission too. One of those guys that comes to around those schools in the district, he pulls up in a Rolls Royce.
Exactly. It's no coincidence, bro.
Yeah.
So doing the open enrollment, this is secret number 2. Now I'm going to relook at all of my stuff: health, retirement plan, vision, dental. And I'm going to assess and see if it is in the right class, and am I maximizing my contribution to the right class, like Nick was just talking about. If I'm 27 and I am in a conservative investment portfolio that's only requirement is to save me money, I'm in the wrong one. No matter how much I put in, if inflation right now, what it is at 5.5%, or in the consumable products that we're buying, ladies and gentlemen, it's in gas gone up by 140%. You'd have taught a loss. You might as well put your money in a certificate of depreciation. So now I'm going to look at my 401k, my 403b. I have until December 31st to make sure my contributions are fully funded. I also need to know that I'm not overfunding them, because guess what happens, ladies and gentlemen? If you're overfunding these vehicles, you get penalized. But how many of these, so-called experts out here really know that have 100,000 subscribers? They're getting 40,000 views, but you are being duped by them. But that's cool. I ain't mad at you. So that's secret number 2. I'm going to go look at my 401k. If I haven't put the maximum in it or on point by December 31st, which I can't contribute to it anymore after December 31st for 2021, I have to make sure it's on point right now. Okay? So I'm going to do that. Secret number 3. And here's one that most people don't even know about, Nick. Do you know that when we pay our taxes from January to April, from January to October, there's these 2 little organizations in the Capitol called the House and the Senate? And did you know that they do all the bills and legislations and all the appropriations for gathering taxes out of our pocket to put into play for the remainder of the year in the first 6 months of the year? What does that mean for you and me? That means that you're going to be taxed 90% of your taxes in the first 6 months of every calendar year. Why is that important for you to know? So when you are taking what are called allowances, some people call them withholdings, some people mistakenly call them exemptions, which they're not. That means that when I have, for instance, a family of 4, which is typical in America, a husband, a wife, 2 children, they automatically say, oh, I get a deduction for the child, the kid, the mom, if I'm the head of the household. So now I get 4 allowances. So I'm trying to break even on my taxes instead of getting a tax refund. So 90% of your taxation to cover all the bills and the legislation and House and the Senate committee are taken out of your check in the first 6 months of the year. Now, after that, there's not hardly any more taxes taken out, just like on upfront interest payments. So what does that mean to your benefit? If you can't find that extra money that you need in your, net check, you can actually modify and change your allowances, ladies and gentlemen. So all of my members are taught twice a year to change their allowances. What does that mean, DJ? That means that I'm going to take more, because if I take more and I make about $50,000 a year, I'm going to put an extra $200 to $300 a month into my check net for the next 6 months. That's $1,800. What could you do with $1,800? I could fund my Roth IRA. I could put more in my 401k. I can fund my emergency fund. Oh, better yet, here's a novel concept, Nick. I can knock down some debt. Nick, have we helped you do that before?
Yep. I was already knocking it down, but you all showed me how to knock it down faster.
Now, let me ask you this, Nick. Did we cost you more money, or did we find money that you were overspending on?
Found money I was overspending on.
Tell them about the insurance when we did the evaluation after you purchased the course.
Yep.
And I'm still mad that you got that course for a song.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like almost 3 years later, he's still mad about that. Yeah. So again, on that complimentary consultation, we were not brought out, because you got to send all your financials in. You got to do your budget sheet and your survey, and you got to send in your.
So let's stop right there, Nick. Because we got skeptical people.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not giving you my personal finances. I don't know you. Mm-hmm. Nick, why was that important to you as a professional? And why did us doing that, just like going to a doctor, clean the playing field for you and get you closer to freedom?
Yeah, I mean, well, basically because everybody's situation is different, and unique. My situation is unique. So what I need or what someone else needs isn't going to be the same thing that I need. So in order for me to get the specific help that I needed, DJ and his team needed to know what exactly did my finances look like? So the insurance thing, when I submitted my financials, I included my life insurance policy, my car insurance policies. Let's go with the car insurance. Right off the top, when DJ and Melvin looked at my car insurance policy, they said, Nick, you are paying way too much for your car insurance. So that was the first place where they found me some money, and we ended up cutting that thing in half, pretty much.
Man, in half.
Yeah, in half.
So you were paying what, $100, something like that?
Oh no, man! I was paying $200.
Woo!
Yeah, $200 a month.
Nick, were you paying more than I pay on my cars?
Oh, way more, way more. I was paying way more. Being, and then I live in New Jersey also, but yeah, I was paying way more.
And we were able to cut that in half. How much extra money did you pay me and Melvin for cutting your insurance payments in half?
No extra money. I didn't pay no extra money.
Now I hear what they say, but Nick works for you, so of course you took care. Did you work for me at the time? Did I know you?
No. This is my first time meeting you. back in 2019. That was my first time meeting you. Yep. And didn't know you from a hole in the wall back then.
Cut in half.
Yeah.
$100. That's $1,200. So it's 3 years.
Right.
That's $3,600. And guess what, ladies? Guess what Nick has done with that $3,600? Paid off his car.
Yep, early, 6 months early.
6 months early. That's another payment in his pocket. Fully funding his Roth IRA. But here's the home run. He now owns assets.
Yep.
He now owns business, dividends, and playing in the lane that we're playing in on these acquisitions of properties.
Yep. And
that ain't because he's on our team. That's because he did the right things. And then we said, you know what? This is a sharp guy. We want to bring him onto our team. That's what better way to be a best testimonial than have somebody to go from zero to hero, but he was already a hero, and now we parlayed that. So that's secret number 3, basic principle. Now, when you've taken those exemptions, which they're not, ladies and gentlemen, they're allowances and they're withholdings. And again, in a $50,000 a year gross income, you will find about $300 extra a month. So now number 4, we're going to knock it out the park, baby. And this is when I was hanging out with the Crusher yesterday. I had 4 or 5 people hit me up because they saw the replay late from Ericka's, and they were like, oh man, I heard of that HSA, but I didn't know it worked that way. So number 4, ladies and gentlemen, because again, it's open enrollment, I'm sorry. You can get your HSA, health savings account, and is the only account that gives you 3 tax leverage advantages that none other do. Number 1, contributions, 100% tax free. Number 2, all growth in that health savings account, because it is an investment account, ladies and gentlemen, are tax free. And then the best one, Nick, all withdrawals are tax free. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is specifically for health, dental, and vision. But here's what most of you don't even know. When it grows and you don't need the surplus because you've done everything right at age 65 and at age 55 under hardships, you can access that money just like a regular traditional IRA. Boom, 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 boom. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, you can put $36.50 a year, or basically $270 a month, into a health savings account up to age 49. If you are 50 and above, you can put $4,650. And if you are a small business owner like myself, it is, and individuals, it's an automatic tax deduction on your adjusted gross income. Can save you close to, depending on your tax bracket, could actually max you an additional 7.5% off of your gross tax. Man, you talking about get excited. It can almost eliminate what you're paying in taxes to Social Security Administration every year. Now, let me preface this, Nick. I'm not a tax accountant. I'm not a CPA. I'm not a tax attorney. I am just a professional who had once held several security licenses. I am licensed still as a life, health, and casualty and property insurance agent. And I also used to own a financial planning service. And I have taught over 25,000 people how to do this at the corporate level, including the YMCA, the Federal Reserve Bank, the state of Illinois Attorney General's office for the young attorneys who come in and getting their first job, was hired to teach them about getting their finances in order. The state of Michigan. Again, these are facts, ladies and gentlemen. I'm an expert at this. Tried, true, and proven. So now you can take that health savings account and turn it into a powerful retirement parachute for you and your family. And once the people saw this, Nick, when we sat down with Ericka the other day, my phone was blowing up yesterday at the game, bro. I'm trying to enjoy the pom-pom lifestyle, and I'm hitting up, and because that's what I do. I want you to win. And I get paid $0 for doing it. And guess what? Right in my basic course that I actually created in 2002, Family Finances 101, 136 Principles of Financial Success, teaches you how to refinance a mortgage, because everybody's refinancing now. But do you know the rule called the 50-25 rule that pertains to mortgages, which 98% of mortgage brokers don't know? And even though you may have an 800 credit score and you can get a 1.75 interest rate, you still need to know what the 50-25 rule is. But guess what? I can't get that to you over this free, baby. Because free ain't free. But I will tell you this. If you knew how the 50-25 rule worked in a front-loaded mortgage, even with low interest rates, you still, on a 30-year mortgage, could knock off 7 years off of your mortgage in interest. On a 15-year mortgage, you can knock off 3 to 5. And on any mortgage, you could pay it off from 0 the beginning, you got the brand new mortgage in 7 to 10 years max. If you knew what the 50-25 rule is that I've been teaching for 20 years, that I've helped people pay off their homes, even with basic refinancing, yet alone using a HELOC. Because guess what? I was using HELOCs back in 2006 when people didn't even know what the hell a HELOC was. Real talk. So we got secret number 1, purchase, October to January. Secret number 2, open enrollment. Look at your 401k, 403b, 457. Make sure by 12/31 you are actually on par to fully funded. Make sure you're not overfunded because there's penalties for that. Okay. Secret number 3, increase your allowances because all taxes federally are taken out of your check. 90% of them by June. From January to June, they're taken out. Secret number 4, attack the HSA. And we'll come back after this word from our sponsors and give you number 5 and give you some more incredible stuff that you can apply right now in your life to have a pom-pom lifestyle and maximize these actual 5 principles of success in the winter with DJ the Money Coach and Nick Westbrooks. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors. Everybody, this is DJ the Money Coach coming to you in the beautiful Destin, Florida. And I just got back from amazing world tour. Well, it's not a world tour, but in essence, it could be a world tour with the Classic Climb Tour. Shout out to Ericka Williams with the Classic Climb Tour and ATL. Shout out to Tim Jackson. Shout out to Andre Hackett. Shout out to Todd the Billionaire. Shout out to James King. Shout out to all my friends who did an amazing speaking job and sharing the wealth of freedom to people. And all it takes is 4 words that you got to do. They're dirty little words. The first one is discipline. The second one is accountability. The third one is plug into a system that's successful. And the fourth one is do the work. And when you do that, you can achieve the pom-pom lifestyle, which is plenty of money, peace of mind. And then you can come join us on the Beaches of the World Club. So check this out. Literally, I was just in the ATL last night speaking on stage with my friends. And now, because I took the time to build the ABCs of wealth, to achieve the common sense strategy to achieve an American dream, I now have this. Look at that. Yeah, man. Isn't that something? So you can have this too. But let me tell you a little tip. You have to master the hard things in life while you're young, and life gets easier. You master the easy things in life, and life gets hard as hell, almost impossible to live the older you get. So I'm going to say that again. Master the hard things in life when you're young, and life gets easier, and it gets like this for you for the rest of your life. That's what I'm talking about. So you can have it too. All you got to do is come join us. And it's real simple. I wrote this book in 20 years of success. And it's a common sense strategy of achieving the American dream. And you too can come out here and enjoy this amazing lifestyle. So if you want to do that, get this book right now below, The ABCs of Wealth, The Common Sense Strategy Achieving American Dream. It's 20 years in the making to help you achieve the pom-pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money and peace of mind. And you can come join us on the Beaches of the World Club. I'm DJ the Money Coach. I'll see you on the beaches of the world because you deserve it, have it as well. And all you got to do is achieve 4 dirty little words: discipline, accountability, plug into the system, and go to work. And you too can have the pom-pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money, peace of mind. Come join us on the Beaches of the World Club. So hit that link below. The first 10 people to get the book, The ABCs of Wealth, The Common Sense Strategy Achieving American Dream,
You get an autographed copy, and I'll even give you a 10-minute complimentary consultation for the first 10, because that's the kind of guy I am to help you achieve the American dream. I'll see you next time.
Toledo Organic Tequila is so crisp, so incredibly smooth. It's simply in a category by itself. This is luxury. Life tastes better naturally, so should your tequila. This is Toledo. Enjoy responsibly. Visit ToledoTequila.com to get your bottle of Toledo Organic Tequila. Get a 10% discount on DJ the Money Coach by entering promo code MONEY at checkout. Again, that's ToledoTequila.com, promo code MONEY to get 10% off your Toledo purchase. Now, let's start the show. All right. Welcome back to Nick's Knowledge and Notions in Cube Science Series, brought to you by the 7 Spheres of Money. And we've been talking about the 5 secrets to achieving the pom-pom lifestyle and building wealth in the winter. DJ gave you 1 through 4. He's going to round it off for number 5.
Yep, we absolutely. So let's just recap that for people. If you just jumped on the replay. So top secret number 1 to build the pom-pom lifestyle in the winter is to purchase your real estate in the winter every year between October to January. Because number 1, less competition. Number 2, you have motivated sellers. Number 3, typically you will have people that sometimes are forced to sell and not as savvy of a seller, which gives you leverage. Okay. And number 4, most importantly, you're going to leverage and get the best price that you can have to create wealth. And what you should do with this strategy, Nick, is actually take that strategy and buy 1 property a year. And let me show you why that's important. And I didn't talk about this, but this is important. And I'm going to give you 2 different age categories. So we cover, majority of everybody. So we're going to talk, if it's you in your 20s, just think about this. For 10 years, if you were to acquire 1 property every winter between October to January, around $15,000 to $30,000, which is not a lot of money when you would learn how to save with the other 4 and pull that together. And like Ericka said, that's really only about, $50 a day. Yeah, $50 a day that you save. You take that 1 a year, Nick, from 30 to 40. Here's what you'll have. You have 10 homes that no matter what the market is, they'll be valued at least $150,000 because you'll own these cash outright. Median, they'll be valued at $300,000 because you'll get at least a 7% return on your money. And based on the rule of 72, ladies and gentlemen, means that whatever amount of interest that you earn, if you divide it into 72, it will tell you how quickly your money will double for you. So 7 into 72 is 10.2 years. So every 10 years, Nick, your money will double for you. So in that acquisition of 1 home during the wintertime from October to January, which I have personally been doing for 20 years, the first 10 years, I didn't even know I was applying this principle of success, Nick. I recently just found out 10 years ago and made it part of our plan that we help out our members. So you'll have $300,000. But here's the best part about it, Nick. You'll have passive income because most of these homes will be paying you about $600 a month in gross rents and will net you a minimum, Nick, of $150 a month. And I give you 3 guesses and the first 2 don't count because I've been doing it. And I've been doing it for clients for the past 10 years successfully. So in 10 years, Nick, you'll have $300,000 worth of hard assets in addition to your 401k, in addition to your HSA. And you'll have income between $6,000 to $8,000 on the conservative side. But if you're getting a 12% return, Nick, which most professionals in my lane get annually, you'll be getting between $7,500 to $11,000 a month in passive income. And in the United States of America, if you're consumer debt free and you have a 700 credit score, you will be a millionaire 10 times over. So that's top secret number one. And I hear you. At 50 or above, I'm strapped. Guess what? You're not that strapped if we can help you find $300 to $500 a month in your spending. And I'm gonna go back to our buddy Tim Jackson. We met in Atlanta. He said he looked up and he was spending $30 a day on breakfast, lunch, and sometimes dinner. And what's $30 a day times 30 days? That's $900. That's almost $11,000 a year, ladies and gentlemen. And how do we find that, Nick? We put you on a budget. We scrub your budget, like Nick just said, ladies and gentlemen. If you just tapping in now, go back and watch the replay. Nick said we cut his auto insurance payment in half. He went from $200 to less than $100 paying for auto insurance, and took that and paid his car off 6 months early, which in all honesty put about $600 a month back into Nick's pocket without him giving us zero.
Yeah, and it was only 6 months because the loan was almost up. If I would have met DJ earlier, I would have cut that time down even more than 6 months.
Right. And he was able to take that and catapult that into buying real estate, investing in a business, getting in Forex. These are things he would have never been exposed. And here's the thing, Nick, had you not already been exposed to a lot of courses and curriculums before you met me? Real talk.
Yeah. I've been to webinars. I've been to webinars. Got the pitch. For the sales pitch. Yeah, I've been through it all. I've been through a bunch of the network marketing companies. I've been through a lot.
And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I don't want to meet you until you've had the same experience as Nick, because guess what? Now that you tried all the pretenders, you can get with the contender. Because we're the real deal. So if you just do that one move, guess what's going to happen? You're going to better take that extra money, pay off your home, pay off your car, start investing into real other assets, create an entity with leverage, and create tax-free wealth just from number one. Buy from October to January, one house a year between 50 to 30 grand. And I hear you. If you don't have the money, get into like-minded groups and pull your sources together and leverage. Guess what? That's what they do in the white community. That's what they do in the Asian community. That's what they do in the Nigerian community. That's what they do in the Eastern Indian community. That's what they do in the Mexican community. But you know what? They don't do it in your community. But you know what they do? They do it in our community, the 7 Spheres of Money community. Number 2, go look at, because it's open enrollment, your 401k. If you're on point to max your 401k to the limits and get the maximum free money, cool. If you're overfunding it because you're not getting any more free money, take that money and rechannel into other vehicles like a Roth IRA. Number 3, increase your allowances, because the IRS takes out 90% of the federal taxes by June, from January to June, because these two little organizations in the Capitol called the House and the Senate, they actually create legislation and do what? Budgets in the first 6 months, and then they go out of session for vacation like everybody else. Once that's accomplished, you can actually increase your allowances or your withholdings and actually put an additional $300 into your net paycheck. Number 4, now you utilize this strange but great vehicle called the health savings account. And the health savings account, Nick, has only been around since I think 2002, because that's when I got in the industry and that's when it first came available. Here's what most people don't know, Nick. All of these are IRS codes. Do you know that the 401k was created in 1978? Do you know that the Roth IRA was created in 1998? The health savings account was just created around 2000, 2002. And actually, venture capitalists and hedge funds were only around for about 25 years. Why am I saying that? Because these are still practically new institutions. And you're not too late to get into them and apply them, because 5 years goes by just like that. So if you're watching this right now and you were like me, had 525 credit score, had $60,000 in consumable debt, and you're 50 plus, don't panic. As long as you got your health, if you come through our course, Family Finance 101, we can actually get you right like rain in 36 to 50 months. If it took you 50 years to get into that hole, I can't get you out in 50 minutes. I can't get you out in 50 days. I can't get you out in 50 weeks. Anybody promising you that, they're lying to you. Okay? So now, when you bring them all together, you're going to use this amazing ingredient called dollar cost averaging and asset allocation in your portfolios. And the reason why you're going to do this is because the Harvard Review back in 1997, I think it was, they put together a case study that said 94.7% of all investment portfolios success is created on the acquisition of the investment. And the best way to leverage that investment, Nick, which you know, is actually to do dollar cost averaging and asset allocation, and then do a thing called reaccount balancing every 6 months in all of your accounts, including your investment real estate portfolio, and that will leverage your accounts to the positive to 7 to 12% better than the average Joe. And now you can quietly be the millionaire next door because you're consumer debt free, you paid off your car, you're on pathway to pay off your home in 7 to 10 years earlier, putting hundreds of thousands of dollars back in your account, and now you can actually have more control of your life. So what's number 5? You want to ask me that, Nick? What's number 5?
All right, DJ. What is the 5th secret? What is number 5?
And this is the beauty about it, Nick. Remember those 4 dirty little words?
Yeah.
Discipline, accountability, plug in the system. What's the 4th dirty little word?
Do the work.
So guess what number 5 is? Put the plan together, baby.
Plan. Okay.
Put the plan together. Marry the plan to the work.
Mm-hmm.
And don't wait to do your New Year's resolution. Do the freaking plan right now. We are reactionary. Only time we talk to the tax accountant is in tax season. And if your accountant or tax preparer is awesome, he or she going to be busier than a one-legged man in a butt-kicking contest. So why should you be trying to talk to them in January and February and March when you should be talking to them right now? Our CPA James, he just took a vacay. Because you know what? October 15th is small business taxes. So after he done bust his ass as the world-class CPA that he is, he's on vacation, baby. Where's Ericka at? She's on vacation.
Yep.
The people who are the best in class, they do the opposite of the other people. So guess what? When's the best time for you to get with them? Now. So take 1 through 4 and put a plan together, and this is what you need to do every year. So you're going to sit down with your tax accountant or your CPA if you have a small business. You're going to sit down with your financial planner and your business strategist, DJ the Money Coach, just like Nick did. Nick talked to Melvin, me, James, all in the same time frame. And then what you're going to do, you're going to look at your revenues or your income over the previous 9 months, see what it is, and you're going to project what you want to make in Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 of 2022 to January of 2023. And when you put that all together, Nick, you will have created yourself an explosive, successful pie that no one can interrupt as long as you do these 4 things here, baby. Discipline yourself, be accountable to that team, sit down with them every 90 days, plug into that system, and you do the work, and you will be able to erase $60,000 worth of consumable debt, which took me almost 5 to 6 years. But within 8 years, I had a strong 6-figure passive income because I took that top revenue that I was generating $6,000 to $8,000 a month passive income, really more towards the 11, 5, 12, Nick. and I start taking the tax laws with the proper entity structure and start buying real estate. And then after I start buying real estate, I start taking the revenues from there, Nick, and start investing in other businesses. And I start sitting down with my CPA, Melvin, and my business coach every 90 days. And then by the young age, 38, 40 years of age, I was free in America. And if you do all of those, Nick, you will be free in this world no matter where you go with a six-figure income, because you'll make $8,333 a month in passive income. But it all starts with what? It starts with you getting plugged into a real course. Family Finance 101. It's going to teach you in 3 hours, like an encyclopedia. You don't have to go through all 3 hours, ladies and gentlemen, at one time. Am I telling the truth, Nick? All you do is go to the pain that you have right now. At the beginning of the show today, what I tell you, we are reorganizing on the systems. That's the only thing we're working on right now. We're just organizing to get better on these social mediums. We're not doing nothing to the ABCs of wealth. We're not doing anything to the 7 spheres of money system that's successfully helped 25,000 people in 20 years. We got that. We still get calls to go teach to corporations because that's what season it is. So we're only focusing on that one chapter. So when you go in the grocery store, ladies and gentlemen, if you only need eggs, bacon, and milk, stay away from the pizza. Stay away from the ice cream. Stay away from the magazines at the cashier. Just go get the freaking eggs, bacon, and milk. That's all you have to do. So we're going to do for you guys a special 5 secrets to build the pom-pom lifestyle in the winter webinar this Wednesday. And we're going to show you the actual properties right now that if you got your ducks in a row, that we can guarantee you a property right now in the next 30 days. Nick, can I share my screen with them, Nick? Because
Yep.
they probably don't.
Yeah, you got it.
How you do? How you do? Okay, share down here.
It's down there. Yeah.
Okay, check this out. All right. Can you see this?
Yep, there it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are real properties right now with real cash flows that we're about to acquire right now in the next 30 days. Let me tell you, check this out. For $216,000 right now, if you had that, I can have you making $9,000 in passive income minus all your expenses. Right now, we're going to acquire 8 properties that right now are going to pay us. Are we both back on the screen?
Yep.
I just wanted to give you a little taste. This shit is real. That's real. Was just on the phone the last 3 days negotiating the acquisition of 30-something properties for our members. So if you are really serious about getting free, all you got to do is come to our webinar on Wednesday. And what you'll get, because this is what people say, they don't really understand what we're getting. We're going to give you Family Finance 101. We're going to teach you 136 principles of financial success. We're going to teach your children how to become millionaires. We're going to teach you how to refinance your home. We're going to teach you the 5 rules of real money. We're going to teach you how the rule of 72 works against you in credit card debt. Oh, and then by the way, if you need to get free, we're going to actually teach you how to do your estate planning taxes. Okay. On top of that, we're going to get you a budget. We're going to give you a risk tolerance questionnaire, which Nick had no idea what that was because he was already doing the right thing. He signed up for the right investment thing in his 403b, but he had the wrong class. There's 5 types of investors that 90% of y'all don't even know what kind of investor you are. You think you're a savvy investor, but in investments, there's conservative, growth, balance, aggressive, and income. Which one are you legally? If you are investing with somebody other than doing it yourself, you need to know who you are so that you can hold them accountable and actually have your stuff working right for you. So we're going to teach you that in the course. And then if you are qualified, we're going to actually show you how to get access to one of these properties in the next 30 days. And all you got to do, ladies and gentlemen, is hit that link and invest in yourself. And we can get you on the pathway to the right long-term success in the pom-pom lifestyle. That's real talk, man. So on Wednesday, it's going to be a 60-minute webinar to teach you about Family Finance 101, teach you about the 5 secrets. We're going to go into detail how these actually work step by step for you. Then we're going to give you the opportunity to go through the vetting process. And if you are proven and qualified, we'll give the first 10 of you an opportunity to get one of those properties for $15,000 with a guaranteed net $150 a month passive income. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, that's a 24% gross rate of return and a 12% net. So that means that your money will double in 6 years if you're wise enough to invest in yourself. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're excited about. That's why people call on us all the time, and institutions are always calling us to train their employees for Fortune 1000 companies, not to buy our course. I go to colleges, elementary schools, superintendents, and I teach their employees employee benefit planning. That's my expertise. And we're bringing it to you if you're wise enough to get it. Any questions, Nick?
Nah, no questions. No questions right now. But if you don't have any live questions, you can still send those questions in, in the comments or in our contact information here, and we'll answer those for you.
Yep. So, hey man, let's take one last break, and then we'll come back and wrap it up, and we'll let people find out even more how to get in touch with us and how to engage that process. And if they don't do something with us, we'll give them a couple of tips, bonus tips, of what they can do as a do-it-yourselfer. And nothing wrong with being a do-it-yourselfer, but to go to every next level, it's a team, not an island. So we'll be right back at this last word from our sponsors, and we'll be concluding, Nick's Knowledge and Notions for this Friday. This is a great day to be alive.
Yes, it is.
Hi, I'm DJ the Money Coach. Don't touch that dial. You want to become financially independent? You want to have consumer debt freedom? You want to have passive income, learn how to build a business, acquire real estate, and achieve the lifestyle you deserve in 2021? Well, hit that link below right now. We've worked with over 20,000 people in the past 2 decades, helping them become consumer debt free, increase their credit scores by 30 to 60 points in 30 days or less, and help them acquire businesses through real estate, taxes, and a network of experts just like me. So you'll get a complete 3-hour, 18-module course called Family Finance 101 that'll teach you A to Z how to become consumer debt free, credit worthy, and it puts you in position to become a certified entrepreneur. We'll also give you a complimentary consultation with me that's a $500 value. Why would you want to do that? Because I have already achieved that, and I can help you achieve your American dream in 2021. Hit the link below, get the free webinar and the complimentary consultation, and I'll see you soon and wish you a pom-pom lifestyle that's plenty of money and peace of mind. Come join us.
Hi, I'm Markel. I work as a long-term forecast analyst for Disney Streaming. I met Dale at Ericka's Classy Climb tour in Atlanta and signed up for his services. Prior to that, I'd done a lot of research on my own to try to improve my finances, and I made some progress, but I was really stagnant and just not sure what to do next. So I was a bit apprehensive about sharing all my financial information and then having a discussion about it. But Dale made me feel very comfortable. He wasn't judgmental, and it was just my starting point. He explained to me how to get rid of my student loans, my old student loans that I thought were just insurmountable. He helped me with strategies to reduce my expenses that don't make me feel like I'm sacrificing anything. And it's not the same information that you find like rehashed and repackaged for the internet. It's personalized advice. It considers your current situation, where you are, your goals, um, and your level of comfort. We put together a realistic plan of things that I can do immediately, things over the next few months, the next year, and then long term. I feel very optimistic and excited about my plan and that things are clear for me. And it also is motivating me to try to find more income to get to my goals even faster. Dale is very knowledgeable, very sharp. He was able to answer all of my questions, and anything that he felt like was out of his scope, he has like a network of people, professionals who are vetted that he uses himself and he can refer you to. I appreciate that he offers this service and like shares all of his real world knowledge and experience he's gained over many years in the business. I think that that's very valuable and not so easy to find. Dale is very passionate about what he does, and I highly recommend working with him if you want to take your personal finance business to the next beyond.
All right, all right. Welcome back. Welcome back to Nick's Knowledge and Notions in Cube Science series. So if you've been with us this whole time, you got DJ's top 5 secrets to building wealth and achieving the pom pom lifestyle in winter. So we're going to go ahead and tie it all together, summarize it. He's going to give you some final tips to leave you off with before we sign out for the night and start the weekend.
Oh yeah. So we'll wrap it up. So here's a couple of tips for you to do it yourself. Okay. So I'm going to give you this website, which I never give away on these platforms, but you guys are about getting nuggets. And let me preface this: free is never free. Okay. But I'm going to give you some insights. So one of the best websites that you can go to that I get paid nothing for, man, I wish they were a sponsor of ours, but we haven't reached out to them, but we are going to have to after tonight. Bankrate.com. Bankrate.com. You can put that up there. And this here is the best website that you can go to for do-it-yourselfer, to vet organizations, and as somebody that's working with a system. Bankrate.com is a financial third-party system like JD Power Associates. All they do is they go out in the marketplace and they look at all financial products, services, credit cards, emergency funds, savings accounts, mortgages, home equity lines of credit, and they rate them unbiasedly and tell you what are the best in class. Okay? This website alone will save you thousands and thousands of dollars. Secondly, this website will show you that you're working with the right professional, that he or she knows what the hell they're talking about and actually have a proven track record to actually get you on the right pathway of success. Okay? Now, another website that's great for you to look into is called IntelliQuote. IntelliQuote.com. Now, what I'm giving you are what the professionals use. Okay? I shouldn't be doing this, but this is how much I care about you. Because see, you're seeing these new apps and stuff that come out here, ladders.com and this.com. That's shit that people are just creating in the back and throwing it up there. And it's some good stuff occasionally, but the insiders and the real professionals, they use what I'm telling you about when they're giving you quotes. This is how they gauge stuff. Okay? So for your do-it-yourselfers, and again, I want you to already have experience working with them other people that 90% of them have just figured out how to get out of their own hole. And so here's another thing you need to know. When they got out their own hole, they still don't know how money works for money. They just figured out how to make some money. And the real secret to wealth is how to what? Preserve what you have earned. So if I've all of a sudden made $1 million for the first time, now the question is, how do I pay the least amount of taxes? And how do I keep the freaking $1 million? But if you're out here on social media showing me your new Lambo, showing me your $20,000 crib, showing me you travel all around the world, guess what you done spent? You done spent your $1 million. And I hear you. But DJ, you show us some of the stuff you do. Yeah, I show you that because you want to see that little bit of stuff. But guess what? That shit paid for. And that don't even represent 1/10 of what we make. And if you notice, I do it in a very conservative way. You ain't seen me driving no Lambo. Can I get one? Yeah, but I don't need one. Another power is the power of having ability to say no to something that you can get. Get that one on the way home. Think about it. If I can afford a Lambo, but it's not practical for me to drive it every day, where's the Lambo at? It's in my freaking garage. My insurance premiums on it is $700 to $1,000 a month. Probably at your age, it's $2,000 a month. How do I know? I used to work in the fucking car business when I was Nick's age.
Yeah.
You know how many ballers I would see come in by Z1 Corvettes, buy the top luxury car. And again, this was back in the late 90s, mid 90s. I would have cats come in, buy a $60,000 car, don't even know what the hell the insurance payment is on it, and 90 days later, try to bring the car back to the dealership. See, all them cats out there flossing, they don't tell you that real shit, and we're just tapping into your boy Bow Wow. Oh, I got my own private little jet, and some dude sitting in not even business class, and he's sitting right fucking in the same aisle that Bow Wow sitting there, but Bow Wow just talking about he got a Learjet. Or, let me even make it even better for you. You see these videos with these motherfuckers partying on a plane, which you can't do in aviation. How do I know? Because I actually work with the fucking airports.
Yeah.
You can't get on an airplane, be partying, shooting fucking videos. It's against the FAA. But you done bought into, oh man, look at that. He got this. All that shit is rented. You know what they do? They go to a hangar and they shoot the fucking video. And all that shit is rented.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got one else for you.
Yeah.
Oh, I just sold 1 million copies. But I only made 10 cents on each fucking one because I get a fucking payment. So they give me $200,000, which is a loan, and then they take all the expenses out, and then you fucking owe them on your second album. Oh, but you know everything about money. Pardon my rant, but y'all pros at this shit. Why you think they were all quiet when the pandemic first jumped off? Because they had no money. 98% of them cats are broke as hell. If they can't go out on tour, they don't have no money because they owe the record company hundreds of thousands and millions of dollars. Because they actually give them money up front, which is a loan, and they so stupid in a 360 contract, they don't realize that. But you professionals. Oh, I'm the stock market guru. I'm 13 years old. Oh, I made $80,000 in 6 months. Oh, so you know the fucking tax ramifications of that. Now you made the 80,000, but you don't know short-term capital gains. But your mom knows, but she's single and she a tax professional. But you out here charging adults $3,500 to have a fucking consultation with you at 13. What the fuck you know about money? Now, Miami, you made the money. I don't discount and don't even argue with that. But what do you know about money that makes money? Because guess what? The IRS will let your ass get tripped up, owe them a lot of money, and come knocking at your fucking door. How do I know? It happened to me. Real talk. Where was that, Nick? I'm sorry.
Closing out with the final tips for the do-it-yourselfers.
Right. So I gave them bankrate.com and telequote. Those two right there will get you what we were able to offer to Nick and everything else. Anything inside the 401k, the HSA, the allowances, it will show you the best in class. And if you want to be a do-it-yourselfer, go right ahead. But I would venture to say, if you want the pom-pom lifestyle, you need to delegate, baby. Is what Robert Kiyosaki talks about in the cash flow quadrant. Oh, here's a tip. Now, I ain't even going to say that because people will be, oh, man, you name dropping. So I'm going to leave that alone. Leave that shit alone. Because I've had so many people, you know what? I really don't give a fuck. Pardon my French. Because ain't shit you can do to stop me from doing what I'm doing, helping you win. And I'll step on stage with any motherfucker on this planet in the middle class talking about financial literacy. And I can bet you that my team can take their team down. And I'm not asking for it, but don't bring the shit to my door. Because I want to help you. And when I'm talking about you, I'm talking about you that look like me and Nick. I help everybody. Because guess what? When I worked with the YMCA, it was mostly white people. When I worked with the Montgomery Regional Airport, it was half and half. When I worked with the state of Illinois, it was mostly white people. Most of the money I made is with white people. And I ain't got a problem with that. I love white people. Because you know what they like? They like green. They like money. They like wealth. I love my people too. But sometimes they too busy looking at the bling bling shit. And they don't have no wealth. They got short-term rich. They got lottery. They're not still standing 20 years later, baby. Facts. So, these 5 secrets, I implore you. If you don't like me, go find somebody you like that can show you this shit here. They got the proof. No, I didn't make $100,000 in investments and then I sold 9,000 courses at $2,500. Nothing wrong with that because I want to do that too. But show me you made the majority of your motherfucking money doing what you're talking about.
That's the real test right there.
Show me that you 24/7, 365 raising your children with your morals, your principles, and your ethics.
Drop the mic moment right there.
Because you know what? I don't have to brag about that because that's what I'm doing. I'm with my children all the time. So much so they don't even like it. But you know what? I don't care because I'm not here to be their friend. I'm here to raise them up in this society that's gone godless to make sure they stay godful. And that my sons find incredible women that are their completer, not their competer. And that my daughters find men like me. It's going to treat them like the queen they are. Because if they can't afford to bring them the lifestyle that daddy's done, then my daughters ain't going to look at them. And at the same time, they ain't going to be out here talking about, oh, I got a PhD. I got a law degree. I'm a doctor, MS, and that's the most important thing to me. And if this makes you mad that I say that, guess what? That's why your ass going to be alone.
Uh-oh.
Real talk. I love women. Love them. I adore them. Respect them to the highest. Guess what? We got to start being together.
Absolutely.
But anyway, recap real quickly. We get up out here, and I don't even apologize for that PSA because you needed to hear it. And if you're watching in the replay and you getting upset, guess what? You probably got some shit going wrong. That's the reason why you're upset.
Hit dog. Dog that got hit by the rock.
So, 5 secrets to building wealth. Recap. Number 1, buy your real estate between October to January. The reason why that is, real quick, less competition. Motivated sellers. A lot of times you'll have people who don't know how to sell that gives you a leveraging point. Then the 4th thing is you get your best deals. And that puts you in position to buy one every year between 15 to 30 grand that'll give you $600 a month in passive income, Nick, and give you a net operating income, what you keep after all your taxes, your property management fees and all that, of a minimum guaranteed $150. And if you do that for 10 straight years, you'll have $6,000 in passive income, be it 30 to 40 or be it 50 to 60. Guess what? What you don't even realize is watching this, the average income for individuals, I'm talking about white, black, Hispanic, whatever, it's only about $45,000 a year. So if you're knocking down 6,000 to 8,000 passively, which is about 100 grand, you're in the top 12% income earners in the whole United States. And if you completely debt free because you maxed out your 401k the properly way, you increased your allowances after June every year consistently and pulled in an extra $300 in your paycheck, and you took that extra $300 and applied it to your HSA and got tax-free contributions, growth, and withdrawals. And if you didn't need the surplus as a small business person, which you properly planned with your team, you'll have yourself an extra $250,000 at 65, in addition to the 10 homes you got, in addition to the $500,000 you got with your 401k. So I've shown you 5 things that can put you in $2.5 million and $120,000 worth of passive income in 5 years. If you starting from nothing right now today, and only thing you need to have really is your health. If you got your health and you do the 4 dirty little words, discipline, accountability, plug into the right system and put that work in, it ain't nothing on this planet can stop you from succeeding. But you got to start with that plan, baby. And what's the plan? That's you plugging in to the Family Finance 101 curriculum. Or you go on bankrate.com and find you another one that's going to give you real college, case study, course level teaching, and give you access to the person who actually created it to actually walk you through it. That's another differentiator for us. You don't know how many times, Nick, when I call people, they are shocked that they get me on the phone. Because they know you ain't getting them other cats on the phone for no $99, $199. You ain't getting them on the phone for $997. How do you and I know, Nick? Because we done bought some of their courses.
Yeah.
And we got they scrubs. Am I lying, Nick?
Nope. Nope. Nope.
We done dropped $1,000, and I can't even get to the guy who claimed he made the course. And when the shit don't work, oh, there's no refunds on that, blah, 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 blah. They doing everything to try to prevent you from getting your money back. That's the differentiator. That's why I'm passionate about bringing it to, because mind you, and I'm wrapping up. My mother in the early 90s was a victim of identity theft, and in the late 90s, a victim of predatory lending. And it probably was one or the other came first. But long story short, Nick, my mother was victimized in the 90s twice. Where we almost lost our house. My mother's credit was jacked up for about 6-7 years because of for a person who stole her identity. And this is in the analog world. Yeah. And on top of that, I had, as an early professional, 60 stacks, $60,000 of consumable debt, 525 credit score, and was turned down once for a mortgage and for a business loan. And I showed you where I started from.
Yeah.
Can I make that up, Nick?
Nope, can't.
So those are the top 5, and they ain't secrets. Those are principles of success that all millionaires next door use, and they apply them slowly and quietly, and before you know it, they own all the shit around your home, and you done burned out. And one book that I've read twice already in the past 2 months gives a case study, because this is a scientific book. I'm not going to give you that one for free, but actually shows a guy who graduated from Harvard with an MBA, went on Wall Street and made close to like $40 million. And then showed a dude that was a janitor, barely high school education. When they both got to 60, the janitor surprisingly had over $8 million and never made more than like 40, 50 grand. Wow. The dude that went to Harvard with the MBA that was on the Wall Street, made $40, $50 million, died broke. Because he was spending at the same clip, flaunting. And the dude that was the janitor, proven $8 million left, $2 million to his grandchildren and $6 million to school funds or something like that. No, I'm not talking about the librarian in New York. This is a whole different one. The power of the plan, bro. Wow. So I'm excited. If you're getting down and this is stuff that resonates with you, hey man, hit the link right now. Hit us up. Get in the webinar on Wednesday. Be the best investment you made other than you spending money on this frivolous stuff, because you're going to do that anyway. And in this webinar, you get a consultation with me. Now ask yourself a question. You think I might be able to impact your life for less than a couple of $100 when corporate America pays me $500 to $5,000 for an hour of my time? I don't know.
Just maybe.
Just maybe. So, hey, if you want to roll, hit that link. Come get yourself a real education. Learn how to impact these 5 secrets that I do every winter. Nick does every winter now since he's been rolling with us. And most of our members do. And their assets and their peace of mind grows every year because they are freer than they ever been. And here's the tip. You don't even have to make more money. See, a lot of people don't even realize that, Nick. If I make $100,000 a year and I eliminated all my debt, I paid off my car, I'm almost paid off my home, I have no student loans, that's $8,300 a month when your cost of living is only about 4 to 5. So what are you doing with that extra $3,300 coming in every freaking month? If you ain't blowing it, you're accumulating real wealth. Hey, that's the power of a plan and incorporating discipline, accountability, the right system, and work. So Nick, turn it over to you. I'm excited, bro.
Hey, man, I'm excited too, man. It's going to be, the winter is here, but it's going to be a good winter for us because we got the principles for success, man. So, hey, make it a good winter for you too. So, you have been watching Nick's Knowledge and Notions NQ Science Series. Again, like, share with everybody you know, and subscribe. Get this message out. And because, like we said, these aren't secrets, but most people don't know about it. So it's hidden in plain sight. So let's get this message out to the masses, because we want to see everybody win. So we'll see you on Wednesday. We'll see you on Wednesday at the webinar. And we will see you. Yep.
Man, I got to tell you, forget about like, share, and subscribe. You know what you should do? Invest in yourself right now.
There you go.
Because if you invest in yourself, you'll be able to impact your generation for the next generation to come. Real talk. That's what it's about. Because only way I can impact my legacy is for me to get better every day. And if I do that, then my children get better because they start where I finished. They don't go back and restart again, which is always happening in our community. And I'll leave you with this. And this has gone viral on the internet, where down there in Louisiana at that school, and Nick probably knows this, where all these fights were breaking out. And then these brothers took it on themselves and went into the school, 40 brothers, and took back their community. And then they were given a piece where they were like, well, what made y'all decide to do that? What's your background experience? I'm a man. This is my son. This is our school, idiot. So I'm going to take back our community on a positive side. And then here's the negative. They just showed this thing went viral. Somebody sent it to me. This dude on a train in New York almost knocked this young white girl out. That's how crazy it is right now, man.
Yeah.
So you got two extremes going on. One that was a positive, but they trying to downplay it. And then one's a negative. Well, this dude just lost his mind, man. And you're saying, what does that got to do with finances? Guess what? They all under financial compulsion.
Yeah.
If the guys over here at that school had the finances, they wouldn't have had to worry about them fights breaking out in their school all the time. Because each one of them young boys would have had a man in their life every freaking day.
Yep.
But thank goodness that them brothers came together and said, hey, we're going to stop this right now. And then on the opposite spectrum, if these cats on that train, they were not stressed out, victims of all this and doing crazy stuff, this dude, man, he would have got beat down, bro.
Yep.
But guess what? I can't risk that now. I don't know if I'm going to come on the wrong side of that. Man, we're humans first. What he did to that young lady was repulsive, man. But 5 years ago, everybody on that train would have whooped his ass. But guess what? If you would have flipped the script and that would have been a white dude punching a black woman, shit, that whole train would have beat him down. Real talk.
Yep, that's a fact.
But y'all don't want to hear that from a real man. And that all starts back. 98% of y'all problems revolve around money. And you taking on debt and got shit that you don't even know what the debt was for in the first place. And guess what's coming on the horizon? Black Friday, Christmas, and New Year's. And you're going to spend 90% of your discretionary income on a whole bunch of stuff that 60 days later, you ain't even going to know what that shit is. Real talk. So I encourage you, invest in yourself. If it's not with us, find somebody that you can, and you can go right to bankrate.com and intelliquote.com, and you can get a third-party, unbiased, professional opinion on the tools and the services that you should use. Hey, man, pom-pom lifestyle is not easy, but it's simple. And when you get here, man, you don't ever go back because you built it the right way. You put the foundation in properly with the right people on your team, and you ran the right plan, and you just got consistently doing it, and you built up the muscles of financial intelligence. You feel me? So, hey, man, I know I'm like the Baptist preacher, keep closing.
Always.
But, hey, man, when you ignite me, brother, it's hard to extinguish this fire.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
I'm going to pass it back, and I'm out. I love you guys. I'm excited. You don't know I'm excited. Hey, I love it when people say I'm passionate because I'm free.
Yeah, there it is. Yep, there it is. So yeah. So yes, we will see you on Wednesday at the webinar, and then we will see you again for Bet on Black and Nick's Knowledge and Notions next week. And we wish you a pom-pom lifestyle. That's plenty of money, peace of mind, and we want you to come join us on the beaches of the World Club. And your beach may not be next to sand or water, but your beach is where you find your peace of mind, your personal freedom, and your principles for success. We'll see you next time.
Everybody, this is DJ the Money Coach. You just saw me give you 5 secrets to accumulating wealth in the wintertime. Secret number 1, only acquire real estate in the off season. I only acquire real estate from October to January for the past 20 years, and that has helped me create a strong 6-figure income and a 7-figure net worth. And I can teach you how to do the same thing. I'm going to help you and guarantee you how to acquire a property in the next 30 days exclusively for the first 10 people only here on the Classy Climb. I'm going to get you a $15,000 property with a 12% rate of return in the next 30 days if you're wise enough to invest in yourself. Because if you want to achieve the pom-pom lifestyle, which is plenty of money and peace of mind, then you have to learn the secrets of the wealthy. And the first rule is make your money on the acquisition, not on the sale. I'm DJ the Money Coach. Come join us on the beaches of the World Club for the first 10 people only, exclusively. I'll see you in the webinar.